The most mind-blowing thing to me, honestly, is that we are at 3,800 meters of elevation. That's insane. That's higher than the Jungfraujoch. This is so extremely beautiful, this landscape that you see here. Good morning everybody and welcome to beautiful Cusco, the capital of which was the Incan Empire like 500 or 600 years ago. We actually arrived here 2 days ago, but because Cusco lies at 3,400 meters of elevation, that's about 11,000 feet, we first had to get adapted to the thin air. I had a really hard time the first night we arrived here with tiredness, burning eyes, no appetite, nausea, headaches, a bit rough. Evelyn even had some problems yesterday, but now we're feeling better, so it's time to explore the city. First, let me show you the beautiful place we are in here, which is an Airbnb in an old building which was a convent like 500 years ago. It's been reused as an apartment. There are apartments everywhere. The owners live here. We have this beautiful sitting area which is only for us. Many parts of the building have of course been replaced by now, but there are some parts that are still 500 years old or from when it was built. Whatever survived the earthquakes that happen here from time to time. So you can see this apartment we are in comes with a full kitchen. We have a bathroom over here, our bedroom, which probably is too dark for you to see. And as you can see, there are a mix of different styles. And we have the wooden area up here, the door that is actually crooked. I don't know if you can see it, but it's crooked this way. Whenever you lift the door like this, it closes on its own because it's crooked. In the bedroom, you have the beautiful stone down there that is from an earlier building, I guess. Beautiful place. And as I said, we got the kitchen, but honestly here in Cusco you can eat for so cheap that we wouldn't even have to cook for ourselves. Let me show you what I mean. Behind me, this is one of the small restaurants that I mentioned. You get a menu which consists of a big soup. You get the main course, you can choose one of 4, and you get the dessert and the drink for only 5 soles, which is about $1.50 per person. So you get the full meal, which is actually very good and very fulfilling and satisfying for only $1.50. That's insane. I've never eaten anything this cheap in my life. And now it's time to make our way to the main square in the old town of Cusco. This is actually the main plaza behind me, the Plaza de Armas, with the Cathedral of Cusco here. Behind me, beautiful building, and in the center of the plaza you have the statue. This is actually the guy who expanded or started the expansion of the Inca Empire, because from the 13th century until 1438 the Incas only controlled this valley here, and then from 1438 this guy started the expansion of the Inca Empire, which lasted until the Spanish conquered Cusco in like 1533 I think, and in that time they expanded the Inca Empire from this little valley up to controlling the western South American region, up to the border of Ecuador and Colombia in the north and the center of Chile in the south. Usually, if it were a normal touristy time, not Corona time, there would be way more people here. I actually forgot to mention that Cusco is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1983. That's why you don't see any modern buildings around. It's just the old buildings from colonial times and a bit newer probably too. Welcome to the Plaza San Pedro, I think it's called. Yes, exactly, it's called Plaza San Pedro. Most famous for the market that you can find here. In there you can get the meal for 5 soles that I've mentioned before. And you can buy any kind of fruit, clothes, juices, coffees, chocolates, anything you like, and everything a little bit cheaper than in the main plaza. After a 10 minutes walk from the Plaza de Armas and a lot of stairs, you will reach this viewpoint. We are here at the Viewpoint at the so-called Plaza San Cristobal. I think it's the 7th largest city here in Peru with about 400,000 inhabitants. As you can see, it actually fills up the whole valley here. Tonight we are going to take a bus that way to visit the Titicaca lake, and the other way, that way is where we will visit Machu Picchu in a few days. So make sure to subscribe because that video is going to be awesome. Now our next adventure is about to start right now. As you see, there's this bus behind me. It's about 10 p.m. and we are going to drive in that bus for 7 hours until we reach our destination at about 5 a.m. I won't bore you with the night drive, so see you again in the morning. After 7 hours and 400 kilometers in an overnight bus, we finally reach Puno. And here we are, good morning. Right back there is Lake Titicaca, and we are in the town of Puno. That's even higher than we were before in Cusco. We are now at 3,800 meters of elevation. That's about 12,500 feet. It's exactly 5 a.m. and as you see, the sun is rising there behind the sea. That way, not far, is where Bolivia starts, but sadly we cannot go there at the moment because of COVID. But now let's freshen up a little bit and get breakfast. After a short 5 minutes drive at 5 a.m, we reach our hotel. Here we are. We actually even got a hotel room for the day, just to spend the day in. Things outside are not open yet. We're a bit tired. We'll get breakfast at 7 a.m. They will bring it to the room. I think that's because of coronavirus. Okay. She's crazy, but that's probably because of the lack of sleep, so forgive her. How do you feel, honey? See you later. It's time for breakfast and it looks really good. They brought everything to our room and I think someone is hungry. So Puno, with its 140,000 inhabitants, is bigger than I expected, but I don't think it's a very interesting city. Sure, the plaza there with the church or cathedral, it's pretty beautiful, but at the moment nothing is open, probably because it's not even 9 a.m. But Puno is not the reason that we came to this place. It's a Titicaca lake, and that's where we are going now. Welcome to Lake Titicaca, which is a very big lake, at least for Central and Western European standards. It's also the highest navigable body of water in the world. You can go on a boat, and now we'll take a boat. Maybe it's that one that's coming right now. Oh, or this one. Then it's this one, I guess. Lake Titicaca is also the biggest lake in South America and has approximately the same area as Cyprus. It is most famous for its floating islands, which are constructed by the Uru people using layers of reed that grows abundantly in the shallows of the lake. Historically, most of the islands were located near the middle of the lake. Nowadays, they are more of a tourist attraction and are therefore located close to Puno. That's a funny ground. This is one of the artificial islands that are built by the local people on the Titicaca lake, which means Grey Puma, something like that. And the island here is called Apucontiki, which is one of many small artificial islands that are made around us. They are built by the local people. It takes about 1 year to build one of those. In this community, there are about 2,500 people living here. And of course, they are very desperate for tourists, for people to spend money. And that's why we decided to support them by buying this extremely overpriced face mask. It's fascinating how people got the idea to somehow build artificial islands out of the weird grass and earth that is inside of this lake. And they built everything with it, the buildings, the roofs, the walls, the gates. And in here it's actually about 20 to 30 meters deep in the middle. The islands are about 2 to 3 meters high and it's not really deep. And the islands are actually only here in this little bay where it's not very deep, but the lake further outside, it's more than 200 meters deep. Awesome lake, which I've always wanted to visit. The most mind-blowing thing to me, honestly, is that we are 3,800 meters of elevation. That's insane. That's higher than the Jungfraujoch. 3,800 meters of elevation. Insane. Insane. After our short time at the lake, it was time to get onto our tour bus to visit some Incan tombs. On the way, we decided to make a short stop to visit a small local farm. Meet the llama and its baby. So cute. We actually got to visit this, how do you call it, farm of local people, and it's beautiful. They got guinea pigs here and llamas, and they sell beautiful handmade crafts. And of course, all the quinoa and stuff like that, really beautiful. After this short, unexpected but very interesting stop, we finally made our way to the Cutimbo archaeological site. This is so extremely beautiful. This landscape that you see here, all this yellow. We are now walking up to this, don't know how you call it, it's like a hill with a flat top. Well, we started at 3,900 meters above sea level and we are going up to 4,000, and it's really tough to walk. And on 2 days something way more tough is expecting us. So don't forget to subscribe to see that one, because it's going to be something beautiful. I hope it is. Those are the places where the Incas and other people, actually cultures pre-Inca, were buried. And well, the bigger they are, usually the more important the person was. Actually on the east side, which would be that side, they always had a little opening that would be open always, because that's the direction of the sunrise. As you see, the sun is setting behind me. Beautiful lighting, really enjoying this. Yes, this has been it for today's vlog. Our trip to Titicaca. Tonight we are taking the bus again for another 7 hours back to Cusco. Tomorrow we won't be doing anything, just relaxing, because the day after tomorrow we'll have a very heavy, busy day. We have to be fit for that one. It's going to be way heavier than this one. Right, see you then. Again, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Bye bye.